Chapter 1811. Well, you're a doctor, so you want me to recover quickly, right, Dr. Bailey? Please, give me a back massage, it's so stiff, I can't sleep. Unable to bear his constant chatter, Sean walked over with a black line on his face, sat on the edge of the bed, and massaged his back. Can you please be quiet? Which patient acts like you? Hee, if I had a girlfriend, I wouldn't let you do this. You should appreciate it. Kingsley lay on the bed, making it easier for him to massage. Sean had a black line on his face. I really envy Benjamin. When will I have a woman like his wife who cares for me? Kingsley sighed pitifully, unable to help himself. Sean chuckled, are you in the mood for love now? Suddenly, something appeared in Kingsley's mind, the woman he met in his hospital room before. She had a nice figure. If only she were his woman. Kingsley's thoughts wandered, but there was something off in his heart. Sean, did that woman hug me in the car? Damn, was she taking advantage of him? Sean glanced at the back of Kingsley's head, yes. Do you remember? Kingsley fell silent. It wasn't his imagination. It was comfortable lying on that woman's lap. But he also felt a bit anxious, as if something was familiar. He couldn't quite put his finger on it. The woman, he really hadn't seen her before. Do all beautiful women give people this kind of feeling? I wonder if she has a boyfriend. Kingsley muttered. Sean paused, then forcefully pinched his shoulder, not letting him press it. What are you doing? Kingsley turned back in pain and looked at Sean. Sean's face was a bit serious, staring at him intently. Kingsley rarely saw Sean so serious. What's wrong? You're not interested in that woman, are you? Sean stared at him seriously. Kingsley looked at him and suddenly chuckled. Tsak, Sean, you don't really like Mr. Graham, do you? Get lost. Sean glared at the shameless guy, warning him, if you're not sure, don't flirt with others casually. Kingsley was stunned. Who did I flirt with? Is it you who likes her? Afraid I'll steal her. Sean couldn't be bothered to talk to him. This guy didn't know it was Zyla Bailey, that's why he acted like this. If he knew it was Zyla, would he still act like this? Sean's eyes rolled on him, making Kingsley feel creepy. Hey, you're not really interested in me, are you jealous? Kingsley stared at Sean in horror. Playing around is one thing, but he doesn't have that kind of preference. This guy, Sean, hasn't been with any woman, hasn't been seen with any girl before, and liking Benjamin is not impossible. Put away the dirty thoughts in your head. Sean gave him a white look, knowing exactly what he was thinking. Why are you so serious then? What did I do to offend you? Kingsley shrugged. No one massaged him. He turned over and lay flat. Ah, this is too difficult for me. Sean ignored him. You just stay here, I'm going back to the office. Call 12 if you need anything. They're at the door. With that, Sean walked towards the door. Sean, you're not going to take care of me. Sean no longer paid attention to him, unable to say anything, afraid that if he stayed any longer, he would unintentionally mention Zyla. As long as Zyla didn't appear before Kingsley's face, they would rarely see each other in the future. Kingsley thought Sean's attitude was too strange. Unable to understand, he couldn't help but think about their relationship. Could Sean really like him? Kingsley's mouth twitched, feeling a bit anxious in his heart, wanting to call Benjamin to chat. Unfortunately, his phone was not with him. 12, come in. Mr. Watts, what's the matter? 12 quickly entered. Call Mr. Graham for me, I want to talk to him. Kingsley looked pitifully at 12. 12 glanced at him and quickly called Benjamin. Chapter 1812. Benjamin received a call from 12 and was already downstairs walking with Darius. He gestured for the others to keep an eye on Darius and walked to the side to answer the phone. What's up, Mr. Graham? Mr. Watts wants to talk to you, 12 reported to him. Put him through, Benjamin responded. Soon, Kingsley's wailing could be heard. Boss, I'm going to die. Benjamin's temple vein twitched, and he said in a deep voice, get to the point. What's all this crying and howling about? Benjamin, let me tell you, I just found out that Sean is acting strange. Kingsley went on and on, telling Benjamin about Sean's strange behavior. "Benjamin, do you think Sean actually likes me? After all these years without a woman, he was just like that earlier. When I mentioned that woman, he got all serious, as if I had cheated on him." Benjamin looked at the lake not far away, a hint of speechlessness in his eyes. He thought this guy would say something important, but it turned out to be such a boring matter. "If you're bored, just go back to sleep and talk when your brain is clear." "How am I not clear-headed? I'm perfectly clear," Kingsley protested. "Don't you believe me? He really was like that with me just now. Oh, if Sean really likes me, what am I going to do in the future?" Kingsley started to worry. Benjamin's mouth twitched. Was this guy taking on too much of a role? What kind of people do you usually associate with, full of such thoughts? "Anyway, you're single, just be with him, it's fine." After saying this, Benjamin hung up the phone directly. In the hospital room, Kingsley looked at the hung-up phone, feeling a bit dazed. Benjamin doesn't object. Does he really have to accept Sean? Kingsley shuddered. 12 stood by the bed, still waiting for him to return his phone. But Kingsley had no self-awareness at all, and even picked up his phone to play games. "Mr. Watts, my phone." 12 had to remind him, he was still sick, and he was playing games. Kingsley looked up at 12, chuckled awkwardly, and handed the phone back to 12. "Your phone is too clean, not even a game app." 12's mouth twitched. "12, why don't you come over to my place and get my phone for me?" Thinking that he would be in the hospital for a few more days, Kingsley found it unbearable without his phone. "Sure." 12 didn't refuse. "Mr. Watts, rest well, call them if you need anything, they're right at the door." Go on, go on." Kingsley waved his hand, urging him to go quickly. "And bring my tablet too." 12 looked back at him. "Do you need to change clothes?" Kingsley looked at the hospital gown he was wearing, nodded. "Just bring a few changes." Kingsley called 12 over again. "I left that disc under the liquor cabinet, bring it over for me to give to Benjamin." "Got it." 12 noted. "Don't lose it," Kingsley shouted. 12 nodded, and went to his apartment to get his things. Downstairs, 12 saw Mr. Benjamin and walked over. "Mr. Graham, I went to Mr. Watts' apartment to help him with something, and 15 is upstairs with him." "Go ahead." Benjamin nodded. Benjamin went back and took another walk with Darius. Gavin and the others must be getting out of school soon, right? Old Mr. Graham looked at Benjamin and reminded him. Benjamin looked at Darius. "Do you want them to come over here?" "I haven't seen them all day." Darius thought about his grandsons a lot. He had been mentioning it several times all day. Benjamin chuckled. "I'll have the driver bring them over later." Darius pouted. "Can't you pick them up from school? No wonder they don't call you daddy. You're not qualified." Chapter 1813. Benjamin raised an eyebrow. He had nothing to do at the moment. "All right, I'll go pick them up." Benjamin nodded and instructed the others. "Take Dad up. I'm fine waiting here. When they arrive, I'll go up. It's boring in the ward." Darius looked at him, not wanting to go up yet. Benjamin looked at him. "Then don't tire yourself out. Sit and rest if you get tired." "I know, I'm not a child. Hurry up and bring my grandchildren over for me to see." Darius waved his hand, urging him to quickly go to the school to pick up the children. Benjamin glanced at the bodyguards, signaling them to take care of Darius, before turning and leaving. As soon as Benjamin left, the bodyguard at the door followed. Benjamin arrived early at the school gate, waiting for the 6 children. Unexpectedly, Orissa also came, seeing Benjamin's car parked at the school gate. She had the driver stop behind Benjamin's car, with another car in between, so Benjamin didn't notice. Orissa quietly walked over and opened the passenger door. Benjamin thought it was someone else and looked over, but his eyes lit up with surprise when he saw her. "Why are you here too? I should be asking you the same question. Weren't you supposed to be at the hospital with Dad?" Orissa smiled at him. Benjamin took her hand and gave her a kiss. Orissa blushed and quickly pushed him away to sit properly. "We're at the school gate, behave yourself." She pouted, and soon the children came out, seeing that it was not good. Benjamin chuckled lightly and leaned over, gently pinching her cheek. Who told you to dress so beautifully? Really? Orissa looked down at herself. She was just wearing a casual dress and had her hair tied up like a princess. She hadn't done anything special. Even her makeup was very light for a pregnant woman. Looking in the mirror, she saw no difference from her usual self. Beautiful, Benjamin said as he stole another kiss. Orissa giggled a few times. Did you drive here? Her watery eyes glanced at Benjamin. Yes, just arrived not long ago. Benjamin's phoenix eyes looked at her with a smile. Why didn't you call me when you were coming? I didn't know you were coming. Even if I did, I would still come. Orissa replied with a smile. She still liked picking up the children from school. She couldn't always have the driver, Mary, pick them up. Her children, her care. Benjamin pinched her nose. Dad missed them, so I came to pick them up. That's what I planned to. After picking them up, we'll go to the hospital to see Dad. I also brought food. They had prepared food earlier in the afternoon. So early. Benjamin looked at the time. It was still a bit early for Darius, meal time. Not early. After picking up the children and going to the hospital, it will be past 5. Orissa straightened his collar. You've been at the hospital all afternoon. Yes. I was busy for a while. Kingsley was hospitalized, so I went there in between. Benjamin mentioned to her. He ended up in the hospital. Orissa was surprised. Wasn't Kingsley just sleeping at home? He had alcohol poisoning, but luckily it wasn't too serious. If he hadn't woken up feeling off and called Sean, we wouldn't know what would have happened, Benjamin explained, still sounding a bit worried. That's so scary. How is he now? Orissa asked anxiously. He's doing better now. He just called me and rambled on about a bunch of nonsense, Benjamin replied. Orissa looked at him and could tell that Kingsley was basically fine now. She breathed a sigh of relief. What kind of nonsense? She asked curiously. He said Sean likes him and asked me what he should do. Benjamin smirked mischievously, his eyes glinting at her. Chapter 1814. Orissa was stunned for a moment before she realized what Benjamin was talking about. Her mouth twitched noticeably. They too. She gestured with 2 fingers to confirm if she was thinking the same thing. Benjamin smiled. That guy doesn't know what he's thinking, and Sean is jealous. Really? Orissa was surprised. They were usually quite close. Not really. Benjamin flicked her nose, crying and laughing. It is because of his cousin, which made Kingsley misunderstand. Cousin. Orissa had been with them for so long and hadn't heard of any other girl. Yeah, Zyla Bailey is back, and she just went to see Kingsley, so she went with Sean to take him to the hospital. Benjamin clarified the relationship between them. Orissa understood that Kingsley had obviously made a mistake. It's amazing that he can think of that. Could he be into guys? Orissa looked at Benjamin strangely. Benjamin frowned slightly, gently tapping her forehead. What nonsense are you thinking? I don't have that kind of preference. His mouth twitched. Orissa chuckled a few times and looked at Benjamin. I didn't say it was you. The way you looked just now was off. Don't think I didn't notice. Benjamin snorted coldly and pinched her face. Orissa dodged, curious to ask, what about the feeling? What feeling? Benjamin raised an eyebrow, confused. Did he like Sean? No, he was scared to death himself. Benjamin smiled, it was all a misunderstanding. That guy was out of sorts all day, but his sexual orientation was still normal. Orissa chuckled for a moment. It's funny that he could scare himself like that. Isn't Sean even more speechless? Did Sean not explain to him? Orissa looked at Benjamin's handsome face with watery eyes. I guess he didn't explain. If he told Kingsley that the woman was Zyla, he would probably be scared to death. Benjamin chuckled lightly, glancing at the school gate. School's out. Why didn't he say anything? Orissa wondered. Benjamin patted her head. Kingsley used to dislike Zyla. He got out of the car and opened the door. You stay in the car, I'll go wait for the kids. Orissa smiled, her eyes following Benjamin's figure. Benjamin strode off, following the other parents to wait at the school gate to pick up the children. Orissa couldn't take her eyes off him. Her darling was becoming more down to earth. Seeing the most eye-catching Benjamin in the crowd, Orissa felt a warm glow in her heart. The 6 children lined up with their classmates to come out. They immediately saw Benjamin standing at the door, and the kids were overjoyed. "Daddy's here to pick us up," Gavin turned to Zachary and said. "Mr. Graham isn't working today. He actually came to pick us up." Zachary smiled when he saw Benjamin. "Should we give him extra points?" Timothy also looked at Benjamin with a happy smile. "Let's give him 10 points. Oliver adjusted his glasses and asked his buddies with a smile. "Do not add so much, 5 points are enough." Jasper looked at Oliver. Oliver made a slight change to the score, adding 5 points to Benjamin. "Mr. Graham is waving at us." Jesse smiled and told them, waving back towards Benjamin. Benjamin saw the children's response and smiled slightly, waiting for them to come out. "Daddy, Mr. Graham." The 6 children rushed towards Benjamin. Benjamin raised his eyebrows in surprise and quickly reached out to catch them. "Why are you so happy to see me today?" They had never been this happy before. "Can't we?" Gavin asked coolly. Chapter 1815. "Okay." Benjamin hugged them, patted their heads, and then reached out to take Jess's backpack off his back. Then the other 5 backpacks were also handed over. The backpacks were filled with textbooks for the whole day, water bottles, clothes, and other things, so they were quite heavy. "Say goodbye to the teachers, your mommy is waiting in the car." "Goodbye, teachers." The 6 children waved goodbye to the teachers at the door and then followed Benjamin to the car. Benjamin carried the backpacks of the 6 of them with one hand and held Jess's hand with the other. The 5 sons followed him as they walked together, attracting countless gazes. The children were used to it. Wherever they went, they were the center of attention. When they saw the car, the children ran over. "Mommy." Seeing Arissa sitting in the front seat, the 5 boys ran to the window and peeked at Arissa. Arissa smiled, patted their heads, and said, "Get in the car quickly, we're going to the hospital to see the old mister." She gestured. The children smiled at her but didn't move. "Get in the car." Arissa chuckled and urged them, and then the children opened the back door and quickly got in the car. Benjamin also walked over with Jesse. "Mommy." Jesse called out with a smile, his eyes squinting. Arissa smiled back and asked, "Did you have a good day at school today?" "I was okay." Jesse grinned foolishly, embarrassed to admit that he couldn't understand everything. "Get in the car first." Arissa opened the car door to get out. Benjamin glanced at her and said, "Why are you getting out?" "We're leaving soon. Can you fit in?" Arissa stopped and turned to look at the back seat. There was no child seat in this car. The car she came in was more spacious. Benjamin looked at the 5 kids already in the car and it seemed a bit crowded. "How about you guys go in the other car?" Benjamin looked at the children and gestured for them to get out. The 5 boys pouted, "Will mommy come with us in the other car?" "I'll go with mommy in this car." Benjamin looked at them. "Then we're not going, we want to go with mommy too." The 5 boys didn't move. Arissa smiled, "There are seats in the other car. Hurry over, mommy will go with you." With that, she got out of the car. Only then did the children quickly get out of the car. Benjamin furrowed his brows, threw the backpack onto the seat, closed the door, and then followed the car to the other side. Arissa tried to lift the children into the car, but Benjamin pulled her aside. "I'll do it." Benjamin lifted each of them into the car without the help of the bodyguard driver. "Sit properly and fasten your seat belts." Benjamin instructed the boys, and all 5 of them did so quickly. He fastened Jess's seat belt. "Mommy, come on," Jesse urged Arissa. "Just a moment." Arissa looked at Benjamin blocking the door. She had no place to get in. Benjamin glanced at the children, saw that they had all fastened their seat belts, and instructed the driver. "To the hospital." With that, he stepped out and closed the car door. The 6 adorable babies in the car all stared wide-eyed at Benjamin outside the car. "Mommy hasn't gotten on the car yet. She's coming with me." Benjamin waved to the driver to hurry up and leave. The driver smiled and quickly drove the car out. "Daddy, you're so bad," Gavin pouted. He actually tricked them off the car and took mommy on another car. "Mr. Graham, you're so bad." "Mr. Graham, I'm deducting 10 points from you. Just got a 5-point increase, now directly deducted 10 points, no room for negotiation." Benjamin's mouth twitched, but he didn't care. Orissa was also speechless. Serves you right. The bodyguards were also chuckling on the side, seeing them getting ready to leave. They also prepared to get on the car. Chapter 1816. Benjamin wrapped his arm around her waist and led her towards himself. Orissa directly pressed against Benjamin's body. Feeling embarrassed, she playfully slapped his arm. What's wrong? Let's go. Benjamin smirked mischievously. Are you making fun of me? Looking into his smiling eyes, Orissa pouted. Who dares to make fun of you? Benjamin pinched her waist and walked towards the car with her in his arms. Benjamin opened the passenger door and let her get in. Orissa coquettishly complained and bent down to sit inside. As Benjamin leaned in to fasten her seatbelt, he took the opportunity to kiss her on the cheek. Orissa glanced at him and also kissed him on the cheek. Benjamin's eyes deepened with a hint of heat. Hurry up, the kids are almost at the hospital. Orissa reminded him with a smile. Benjamin chuckled and whispered in her ear, I'll let you off the hook for now. Orissa rolled her eyes. Benjamin fastened the seatbelt, closed the door, then walked around to the driver's side. He fastened his seatbelt, started the car, glanced at the rearview mirror, turned the steering wheel, and smoothly drove off. In one fluid motion, Orissa watched Benjamin drive with a handsome demeanor and couldn't help but sneak a few more glances. Benjamin glanced at her. What are you looking at? Orissa chuckled, turned her head to look at the road ahead. Focus on driving. Benjamin smiled, his gaze focused on the traffic ahead. He wasn't driving too fast. The bodyguard's car followed behind. Orissa took out her phone and scrolled through it, suddenly seeing a headline about a club being raided. Many people were caught doing illegal activities inside during broad daylight. She was surprised. Darling, the club was raided, and many people were caught, Orissa said. She continued browsing the web page and watched some videos on her phone. She was shocked by what she saw. Although everyone's faces were blurred, their revealing and naked bodies were still very obvious. Whether intentional or accidental, many people's faces were clearly exposed. Many netizens identified who they were and criticized them for their immoral and illegal behavior. Some people suspect that there is drug use in the club. This place is too chaotic, Orissa said with disgust as she read the reports. Kingsley went to this club last night, Benjamin said as he looked ahead, not surprised by what he saw. What? Orissa looked at him in astonishment, her eyes darting to Benjamin's face. Could this raid have something to do with you? She asked. Benjamin raised an eyebrow and looked at her as they waited at a traffic light. Smart. Really? Orissa was amazed. Many people had recommended this club as a lively and fun place to go. She couldn't believe it had turned into a crime scene. It turns out that Kingsley was poisoned by fake alcohol in the club. Benjamin explained the reason to her, revealing why he had acted so quickly. Kingsley almost died, he couldn't just let them off so easily. My goodness, aren't they afraid of causing casualties? Orissa was shocked. These people had no bottom line when it came to making money. They don't care about casualties, they care about profits. Benjamin didn't say much about the dark side of human nature, he just chuckled. The darkness of human nature is particularly complex in society. Orissa sighed, couldn't these people do legitimate business? Why did they have to go down this path, harming others and themselves? Who is the owner of this club? She looked at Benjamin, feeling that it was not simple. Several of their families operated clubs, especially Kingsley, whose entertainment city was famous in Delmore. Why did Kingsley suddenly go there to drink? Chapter 1817. The industries under the Lewitt family. As soon as Benjamin mentioned it, Orissa understood. Kingsley went there last night, won't he be suspected by them? She was still worried about Kingsley's safety. If the club was suddenly raided, the Lewitt family would definitely not let it go easily. They would definitely investigate who leaked the information. Kingsley had just been there last night, and now something happened today. They couldn't possibly not be suspicious. Suspicion is inevitable, but without evidence. Besides, it wasn't Kingsley who reported it, they wouldn't dare to do anything to him. Benjamin was confident, his gaze sharp. Felix Luistro took the initiative to call Kingsley to the club, it's mostly just a coincidence. Orissa heard an unfamiliar name and asked, "Who is this?" "Felix Luistro. He is from the Luistro family, often hangs out with Quentin Jordan's nephew." Benjamin stepped on the gas and drove through the intersection. Orissa nodded, not quite understanding the twists and turns. "Let's go see Kingsley first." The couple arrived at the hospital, but they didn't see Jasper and the others. "They are really fast." Orissa smiled, thinking that the children would wait for them. But they had already gone up. Benjamin parked the car, got out of the driver's seat, and looked towards the garden. The children were over there with Darius. He smirked and walked over to open the car door for her. "They are over there with Dad." Benjamin gestured towards the garden, indicating to Orissa to take a look. Orissa walked over and glanced in that direction. "They are over there. Does Dad know that Kingsley is in the hospital?" Orissa looked over. The children had not noticed them, and she asked Benjamin. "I didn't tell him. If he knew, old Mr. Bailey would know too." Benjamin took her hand. Orissa turned back. "Let's go up and see Kingsley first." Since they were all here, it was a good time to visit Kingsley. Okay. Benjamin knew she wanted to go, so he took her up to Kingsley's ward. Kingsley was currently playing a game on his phone. He could still have fun by himself in the hospital. "You idiot! You fool! To the left, to the left!" Excited, Kingsley cursed at his teammates while focusing on his phone. When Benjamin and Orissa entered, they saw him in this excited state, and couldn't help but smile. "Mr. Watts, are you feeling better?" Orissa smiled at the oblivious Kingsley. Kingsley looked up, saw Benjamin and Orissa, and his hand shook, causing his phone to fall onto the bed. The next second, he was killed by the enemy in the game. "You're really into the game." Benjamin gave him a cold glance. Hee, Benjamin, Orissa, you're here." Kingsley awkwardly smiled. "I'm just bored. No one to talk to me." Benjamin snorted. "Your health isn't good yet. Play less games and rest more." "Yeah, I was just playing for a bit. 12 just brought me the phone." "Orissa, please sit down." Kingsley straightened up and gestured for Orissa to sit down. Orissa smiled as she looked at him. "No need to greet me, I just came over to stand for a while." "Are you feeling better now, just playing on your phone?" "I'm feeling better, I feel like I can go back now." Kingsley had finished his IV drip and twisted his body to show them. "You should still stay a few more days. I heard you had your stomach pumped for alcohol poisoning and need to be observed in the hospital for a few more days with IV drips." Orissa reminded him not to rush back. "Hey, okay." Kingsley grinned at the two of them. "Orissa, you didn't bring me any food from home." Orissa chuckled. "I didn't even know you were hospitalized before I left home. I only found out when I went to pick up Zachary and the others from school and heard from Benjamin." "I'll bring some for you tomorrow, but you wouldn't be able to eat it now even if I brought it." Chapter 1818. Kingsley rubbed his stomach and sighed a few times. "They only gave me oatmeal porridge to drink, and now I'm hungry again." Orissa glanced at Benjamin. "Just oatmeal porridge. He can't eat anything else right now, having oatmeal porridge is already good enough." Benjamin snorted lightly. Kingsley twitched his mouth and complained to Orissa. "Look, Orissa, listen to what Benjamin said. Let him try drinking oatmeal porridge himself and see how many times he needs to go to the restroom." Orissa couldn't help but laugh. "How about I go to the cafeteria now and see if there's anything to eat for you? The cafeteria now has food too." Hee. Kingsley was happy. "No need for you to go, he just ate not long ago." "Don't listen to his nonsense. If he's really hungry, wouldn't he have someone bring food for him?" Benjamin held Orissa back. Orissa scolded Benjamin. "You didn't tell me in advance. If I knew he was here, I would have prepared more food at home to bring over." "The food at home always tastes better than the food outside. He's only suitable for eating light oatmeal porridge-like food today." Benjamin was not worried at all about him going hungry. With Sean here, he really didn't need to worry. If he has a problem with eating, Sean will take care of it. Kingsley was frustrated and complained pitifully. "Benjamin, that guy left. He's not here to take care of me anymore. My problem is still waiting for him to solve. Maybe he's already gone back." Benjamin glanced at him. "Then why did he leave without caring about you? Did you say something to him?" Kingsley glared. What could I say? I just asked if he liked me and he ran away. Orissa chuckled. It was funny that he actually said it out loud. Kingsley blushed. If he likes me, does that make sense? Benjamin was speechless. No wonder Sean left, he probably couldn't stand being here. If you said he likes you, why would he not care about you? He probably feels sorry for you. Benjamin chuckled. Kingsley was speechless. Benjamin seemed to make sense. Don't worry, there's plenty of food in the cafeteria, it's available anytime. Just listen to the doctor and wait until you can eat again. Orissa comforted Kingsley. Orissa, I really want to eat something now, this oatmeal porridge is unbearable. Kingsley complained, his stomach was growling. Do you want to get better soon? Orissa chuckled at him. Yes, it's so boring here. Kingsley sighed again. Benjamin glanced at him. What's the difference between being here and at your house? Here, you have people taking care of you 24/7. At your beck and call, you can even play games. I don't see any difference at all. Kingsley was left speechless by his retort. Just stay put, why so much nonsense? Benjamin warned him. Orissa smiled, comforting Kingsley. Just wait a little longer, around 6 or 7, you can have food for dinner. He just had a shot, he's not that hungry. Benjamin pulled a chair for her to sit. Benjamin, you are heartless. If Orissa said she was hungry, you would definitely be anxious. Kingsley teased Benjamin with a hint of sarcasm. Do you have a problem? Benjamin glanced at him sideways. After drinking for so many years, how come you still can't tell the difference between real and fake? Kingsley felt even more frustrated. Damn, he really couldn't tell. Mixing real wine in, everyone is drinking it, how would I notice? He argued stubbornly. Benjamin chuckled. You've been eyeing the wine in my cellar every day, you're really wasting good wine. Well, I can't deny that. Drinking your wine is indeed enjoyable, it's different. Kingsley smirked. Oh, by the way, the plate. Kingsley quickly reached under the pillow, took out a plate that 12 had brought over. Chapter 1819. Benjamin squinted his phoenix eyes and stared at him. You just left it here. If forgotten and picked up by someone with ill intentions, it would be a waste of effort. Just brought it over, didn't I give it to you? Kingsley chuckled awkwardly. Next time, just take it to me directly. Benjamin warned him as he took the plate and put it in his pocket. Benjamin, I drank with them last night, and I heard some news. It seems that Quentin Jordan has a mistress who is apparently pregnant. There's trouble at home, but we don't know who it is. When Kingsley heard this news, he perked up his ears. Perhaps Louise Jordan suddenly realized it was inappropriate to gossip like this and stopped. A flash of light crossed Benjamin's eyes. Are you sure they didn't say it on purpose? How is that possible? I'm sure, they are all Quentin Jordan's relatives. Even if they gossip, they wouldn't gossip about their own family members. It's probably true. Quentin Jordan is a military man with a bad private reputation, not to be taken lightly. We can investigate this matter discreetly. Benjamin looked at him still lying in bed, with a plan in mind. You just focus on recovering, I'll have someone else look into it during this time. I can still work while lying down. Kingsley argued. Benjamin, rest assured, I'll investigate secretly and won't reveal any flaws. Don't worry about it for now. They are also in trouble over there. If you show up now, it will be hard for others not to suspect you. Let Kevin Lewitt handle it. Benjamin still didn't agree, but it was a good opportunity to test Kevin's abilities. Have you contacted Kevin? Kingsley chuckled. I didn't have time. I was planning to meet him today, but I'm here now. You can still handle this lying down, Benjamin reminded him with a glance. When you contact Kevin, use a hidden number, Benjamin advised. Got it. Kingsley nodded. They couldn't afford to let the enemy find any loopholes. Orissa sat on the side, listening to the two buddies chatting. She had a rough idea of what was going on. Is Kevin Lewitt reliable? She looked at the two of them. Kevin is under Commander Hoffman, that old fox. Jeremiah is definitely trustworthy. Don't worry, we've also investigated Kevin's background. He has no connection with the Lewitt family and actually holds a grudge against them. Kingsley remembered that Jeremiah was Orissa's biological father and quickly corrected himself. I hope Orissa won't be angry. He cautiously stole a glance at Orissa. Orissa noticed his gaze and smiled lightly. You don't have to worry about my feelings. You can call me whatever you want. Hee, Orissa, I'm sorry, I'm just used to calling you that. I'll be more careful in the future, Kingsley apologized sheepishly. It's okay. Orissa understood. Previously, the Graham family and the Hoffman family were not on good terms. Orissa, are you planning to acknowledge Commander Hoffman? Kingsley couldn't help but ask, getting a little gossipy. No, not at the moment. Orissa smiled. She couldn't just go and reveal herself to Jeremiah, so she decided to go with the flow. If one day Jeremiah found out she was his biological daughter, then he could decide if he wanted to acknowledge her. Orissa, you've got guts. Kingsley gave her a thumbs up. At that moment, Sean approached. Orissa is here. Yes. Orissa nodded with a smile. Are you done with your work? Yeah, just finished up some tasks, Sean replied with a smile, glancing at Kingsley on the bed who was giving him a wary look. Sean's mouth twitched. Orissa and Benjamin looked at each other, feeling a bit speechless. How are you feeling now? Okay, just hungry. Kingsley pulled the blanket closer, still keeping an eye on him. His handsome face was slightly flushed. Sean. Orissa couldn't help but find the situation amusing as she watched them. You can only have dinner at 7, so there's some time to wait. Sean informed him, conducting a routine check on him. Chapter 1820. Kingsley kept giving glances to Benjamin, hoping he could help him out. Benjamin looked at him steadily and said to Sean, Sean, why don't you check his sexual orientation while you're at it? Orissa couldn't help but burst out laughing. It was too much. Benjamin. Kingsley exploded in anger, but he also felt a bit uncomfortable in his stomach when he got too worked up. He held his stomach in pain. I like women, okay. Let me tell you, Sean, I don't like you. My family is waiting for me to have offspring. Kingsley glared at them, warning Sean. Sean stood there with his hands in the pockets of his white coat, looking at the agitated guy in disbelief. Well, that's great because I like women too. Rubbish. If you like women, why do you treat me so hot and cold? Are you crazy? Kingsley suspected. Sean was at a loss for words. How could this guy be so convinced that he liked him? He must be out of his mind. Benjamin chuckled on the side, touched his nose, and tried to contain his laughter. Orissa found it amusing as well. Sean was about to lose his temper. I'll call in other doctors from the neurology department to check on you. I can't be your attending physician anymore. Let's see if your brain has too much water. Sean was the top neurologist, and no one could match his expertise. But clearly, Kingsley was not acting normal around him. There was no way he could diagnose anything. Who's the one with too much water in their brain? Calling me dumb. Kingsley glared at him, feeling indignant. Calling you dumb is being polite, scoffed Benjamin. Kingsley's face twitched, and he shot Benjamin a glare. Benjamin, I'm doing you a favor. Lying here now without you caring for me is one thing, but making fun of me, where's your conscience? If you're not dumb, what are you? Do you not know whether Sean likes you or not? Benjamin didn't even want to waste his breath on him. I think he likes me. When I said I couldn't do it, he was so nervous, and whenever that woman is mentioned, he looks jealous. The more he talked, the more it seemed like it. Sean looked up at the ceiling in silence, then turned and walked away. If someone hears that you can't do it, they'll be nervous and run to see what's going on, especially since this guy has always been looking after him. He left again. Look. Kingsley pointed to the door with Benjamin. Your brain really has a problem, you should get it checked out. Benjamin smirked. Kingsley felt frustrated. Was it his fault? Clearly, Sean was the one acting strange. Orissa looked at them and said to Benjamin, can't you guys just tell him and explain it clearly? This misunderstanding can't go on like this, it will be awkward in the future. Kingsley looked at Orissa. Orissa, are they keeping something from me? Orissa coughed and looked at Benjamin. You ask him, I don't know anything. Kingsley looked at her. It was obvious that even Orissa knew, so he turned to Benjamin. Benjamin, Don't you think you owe me an explanation? Benjamin looked at him curiously and sighed lightly. Sean left because he was afraid you would hurt that woman, not because he likes you or as jealous as you think. Kingsley frowned, unable to understand. What does it have to do with him whether I hurt that woman or not? I was just talking, but Sean took it seriously. He is not someone who is not faithful in relationships. Although he enjoys eating, drinking, and having fun, he is still emotionally blank. Are you sure you want to know who that woman is? Benjamin's gaze was deep and unreadable. Upon hearing this, Kingsley knew that Benjamin knew who the woman was. Do I know that woman? Kingsley stared at Benjamin. More than just knowing. Benjamin chuckled lightly. Kingsley became even more curious. The problem lies with this woman. He also wanted to know why Sean didn't want to talk to him because of that woman. Who is she?